Okay, so I know this is different than most of my YouTube videos, setting up my garden and starting my seeds. Normally I composite them into different episodes. However, I'm putting it all together for you this year. I'm going to be playing videos from the end of last season where I brought my plants inside. I added cedar chips, I took care of them, they were growing down in my basement until I got sick, and I was sick for a whole week, unable to water them, and unfortunately, they didn't make it. Some of them did go into a hibernated state, like mint and whatnot, so we'll see what comes up in the spring, but I did start a whole bunch of seeds with Anna, and I was unable to film it, but I explained it afterwards. And I'm going to throw that in at the end of this video. And the theme of this year's garden is working with what you have. As you can see, I have a basic toilet paper roll. And Anastasia and I made seed starters with them. And I told you in the video, which I will put at the end of this, that I would show you how we did it. So first let me cut and show you the end of last year's garden. Our first frost last night, and it hasn't really warmed up, but I did not lose much of the tomato plant. Surprise, surprise. And I come over to my peppers. I've got a whole new cubanelle I didn't even know about. What? I didn't even know I had that. And this bell pepper, it's like they're not even damaged. So I'm probably going to take this inside. Look at I even have a flower on my jalapeno, and we had a frost last night. It is a strange day. Even the marigolds are fine. So I just wanted to share this with you because this is the only bit of frost damage I have is right up here. And that could be from the wind, because this takes the blunt of the wind going that way. But there are tomatoes in there. Look at that. So I will be taking this down probably tomorrow. But this is just an impromptu surprise for me that I wanted to share with you all. So stay tuned, and when tomorrow comes, I'll start taking this down. You guys can go through that with me, and you get to see this all after I'm done. Alrighty, thank you very much. So the mystery plant in with the beans that Anna grew was actually a tomato plant, but it's the end of the season, so I'm going to snip that down just as I've been snipping everything else to take in for the winter. As I was telling you, all these little, if I can focus, green things coming out from the nubs going all the way down are turning into leaves, and Ember has a handful of basil seeds. We just need to dry them out. Okay, so this is my very unused basement. As you can see, there's not really great footage of the garden down in the basement due to lack of light and my husband's woodwork shop with a lot of noise every time I'm down there. So it didn't come out all that well. But let me show you the nursery we made for the seeds this year and explain a little bit more about them. Okay, so this year's theme is not only apartment gardening, however, it is also using what you have. Now, we're starting our seeds, but we have toilet paper and paper towel rolls that we're using to sprout our sunflowers. Guys, about that, you just take the empty roll from your paper towels and you cut it into 3 parts and you slice the bottom so that you can fold it in. And you have a little container you can put dirt and seeds in. Now we have sunflowers in these guys, and we have a whole assortment of other vegetables. We've got more peppers, the seeds from last year, and more herbs and tomatoes. And once they start sprouting, I will let you know what they are. We have an egg carton that I'm using for some more sunflowers, peonies, a butterfly mixture, and specifically the one seed I had for the Black Russian Crim left. Now, for everything else, we are using plastic cups. Just to show you, you can reuse the plastic cups. Do not worry about wasteful to the environment, whatever. They're going to be stacked behind my flower pot. I have a flower pot. It's looking sad because of the winter. We had plastic over the windows. I couldn't open the curtain. But this is the majority of our vegetables. We've got a few different peppers, a few different tomatoes, a couple of herbs. Peas we're trying out this year. I've never grown peas before. Of course, we got beans. We have the seeds that I saved from last year, plus seeds that I picked up this year, so there's going to be new vegetables that we are growing. And I am starting them in the house because last year something was eating the sunflowers. It's still a work in progress. I have a plastic container that I've had for years. I used to keep clothes in that we're using as a tray to catch whatever water flows out. You can put holes in the bottom of your plastic cups, or you could be like me and not put holes in them. Most of that is Anastasia rushing to get the job done. And we have this, which was the top to a cake we had for International Women's Day. Also using to catch the water. You don't have to grow fancy, you don't have to grow expensive. You can grow within your means. And unfortunately, I did not save seeds for those Japanese cucumbers I fell in love with last year. So I'm trying a different cucumber this year because I couldn't find them. But I did find a Boxcar Willie packet of seeds while I was at the store today. So we're trying that too. We have, like I said, a few different tomatoes. So as they come up, I will let you know what they are. And because I didn't go out and buy an expensive grow light, I've got the natural light from the window, and I have an old grow light from an aquarium that my husband's going to suspend from the ceiling above here. And this is just sitting right on top of my dresser in my bedroom in a corner. So it'll be interesting to see how it does. And yes, Anastasia is so excited. She decorated with little ghosts. Yeah. So, welcome back to my garden. This year is 2020, and I hope you enjoy my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. And before I forget, Anastasia took eyes from a potato we were using for dinner and planted it in this pot with a dead plant, and now they're growing. So we will have potatoes this year. It'll be fun. Now, as promised, I will show you how I turned this well, this isn't the paper towel roll. This is the toilet paper roll into a planting pot. Now, if you have a paper towel roll, you can make 3 instead of 1 with the toilet paper roll. The paper towel roll, you cut it this way 3 times, and then you pick up from where I'm going to start. All you need is a pair of scissors and the roll. You slice in the end 3 or 4 times, depending on how many folds you want to make. And it does not have to be perfect, it does not have to be even, it'll work either way. Once you get that done, you fold in the ends all the way in. This way, you get a nice crease to keep them from straightening up. Once you fold them in from the end that you cut them, you stick your fingers in and push them out using your other hand to keep them steady. And again, this does not have to be perfect. And if you get a flap like this, push it in and put it on top of another one. Just rearrange it until it sits. And now you fill this up with dirt and you put your seed in and you water it and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoy my video, and I look forward to sharing the growth and development of it. And I will also put a clip in at the end of the video once I get my grow light up. Again, I'm not using an actual grow light. I'm using a light from an aquarium tank that has a T5 bulb in it for aquatic plants. And I have a little bit of light from my window as well. So thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I apologize for the wait over the winter. Like I said, there wasn't much going on and I couldn't get much footage down in the basement with the lighting and everything. So thank you so much. And this is the grow light suspended from the ceiling.
Yeah.
What's that light behind you?
Pink light.
Is that a plant growing light?
Yeah.
Are you happy about it?
Yeah.
Okay.